Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. I have, of course, done many videos on how awful the police are, and of course, a great deal of them is all to do with the Metropolitan Police that seem to be absolutely the worst of all of them. Currently, over 1,000 officers in the Met are being investigated, with the chances of them being prosecuted for all kinds of things, but predominantly sexual crimes. It's beyond a joke. Over 1,000 of them just in the Met. So yes, it's not unsurprising that a lot of my videos have been about the Met, but that gives a misleading indication that other forces aren't as bad, and of course they are. And we have one now, which is Greater Manchester Police, a force that have always been a bit dodgy, to say the least. They're probably number 3 in the dodgy list. The Met obviously number 1. And then with West Midlands through especially the 70s and 80s being particularly riddenly bad, with all sorts of awfulness. But Greater Manchester coming a very close third. And so yes, we've got a story about them. We've got a young officer, Mr. now, PC James Stonehurst. He's 24 years old. He will be going to court shortly, accused of committing a very serious sexual offence on a woman. He's denying it, of course, but it just goes to show that, yes, yet another police officer is going to court to be prosecuted for yet another sex crime. What the hell is wrong with our police? Why is nobody vetting them? And why is nobody making sure that these people are watched like hawks 24 hours a day? Fed up of making videos about the police, but I'm going to still have to do it. And I just want to stop. I just don't want to keep making them. But while they keep doing this, I will. So anyway, I'm going to go in, have a look at this article. There isn't a lot of information just yet, of course, but once the court case starts, we will follow it. But here we go, another one. Let's go. So, serving police officer 24 will stand trial for R-ing a woman after denying attacking her. PC James Stonehouse, 24, was bailed and will stand trial in November this year. So we've got a bit of a wait, but he's no longer going to be serving, thank heavens. I mean, he might be found innocent, in which case he'll be given his job back. But even so, it's unlikely if this is the fact that they've got him to court in the first place. But anyway, a serving police officer is to face trial after he denied committing the R of a woman last year. PC James Stonehurst, 24, who serves with Greater Manchester Police, the GMP, or GIMPs, appeared on Wednesday at Preston Crown Court. Stonehouse, who covered his face with a black hoodie and sunglasses when he entered the court, spoke only to confirm his name and enter a not guilty plea when he was charged with the crime, and it was read to him. The offence allegedly took place on April 2022, but it's not known if Stonehouse was on or off duty at the time, and there he is trying his best to, hide his face, because he is absolutely ashamed of what he's done. When you see someone hiding their face like that, dark glasses, hoodie, second hoodie, it's summer for God's sake, it's warm out there, he's guilty. He's doing the march of shame, isn't he? So he knows, it's not, inside he knows he's guilty. He is ashamed because of what he's done. You see anyone walking down the street like that, they need to be questioned straight away. Judge Robert Oldham bailed Stonehouse ahead of his trial with conditions, which was fixed for the 11th of November and is expected to last between 5 and 7 days. The GMP said the officer, who was posted to the force's Oldham division, continues to be suspended from duty, and he was charged with 1 count of R in March, almost a year after initially being arrested. So they've arrested him. It's taken nearly a year to bring a charge. So it's one of these things, you've got to ask why these things, A, first of all, why they take so long, and B, why are so many policemen guilty of this? Or at least, what is the propensity for policemen to do it? It seems, if any profession's got the, I think it's actually being a policeman must attract certain individuals. It's the only way. Because I can't think of another sort of occupation where there are so many of these things going on within it. It just seems to be the police time and time again. Being a policeman seems to be shorthand for being an aura of women, in much the same way as, you know, we always talk about, you know, priests and kids and things. It just seems to be the aura of women if you're a policeman. You know, then they're just, it's that attraction of power, I think. Anyway, there we go. We got another one. We'll have a look at him once he goes to court. But it is just disgusting that the police have got so many, and nobody seems to want to do anything to address the problem. Senior officers need to take personal responsibility and need to be held to account. Otherwise, this will just continue to go. I've said it time and time again, and I probably will say it again and again and again, because there seems to be no let up and no end. Anyway, I shall round off and come up, and we'll round off the video. So there we are, another one of those boys in blue. They're boys, aren't they? They just have a bit of fun, a bit of rough and tumble. Half the problem, of course, is that other officers know this stuff is going on and say nothing. They have that code, don't they? You don't drop anyone in it. You don't say a thing. Because one day you might be doing something, you don't want anyone to drop you in it. And so any officer who knows these things are going on and says nothing, they're complicit. You know, they're just as bad. But I think the whole police needs to be, you know, redone, root and branch. I say this time and time again, that they need to be exposed for what they are. They need regular vetting. Normally the vetting goes on, if it goes on at all, it goes on once as they join. Vetting needs to be a continual process. It needs to be at least every police officer, every year, once, complete vetting. Even if that costs a fortune, it requires a second police force to police our police force. That's fine. That's the price. That's worth paying. Because while we don't have it, we're going to get continued misuse of power like this. You give them a uniform, you give them a warrant card, and they think they can do just about anything they like. And unfortunately, it appears to be true. And so we need to sort this out. We need to sort it out fast, because, you know, it's just too often now. Anyway, I shall round off there, because there's very little else to say on this. But it's just so saddening that I keep having to do it. So anyway, if you like what you hear and see on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and please share the video. But definitely leave the like. That's the one that does us the best bit of good. Helps with the old algorithm. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Never trust a bloody policeman, because they're all dangerous individuals underneath. And goodbye.